I'm Sydney. So if this is your first time seeing a video, welcome. If you're somebody who's seen it before, hi again. Today, as the title of the video says, I'm pretty much going to be doing a book haul and a small box lunch haul. If you don't know what box lunch is, it's a really cute store that I kind of describe as like the fandom store whenever people ask me about it. Basically, it's like Hot Topic, but if you have like a specific niche of fandom, so like there's like Disney, but like super like every little thing Disney. Like there's Princess Tiana things, there's Lilo and Stitch things, there's everything. Harry Potter, a lot of animes, Avatar: The Last Airbender, pretty much a lot of what you can basically think there's like a fandom for, they have. And it's also really cool because I believe that if you spend at least $10, you donate meals to those in need. So yeah, it's super cool. So I'm basically just going to be doing a bit of a book haul and a bit of a box lunch haul. The book haul, I pretty much told myself that I'm not allowed to buy any more books until I read at least 5 or hopefully more than that of stuff that I have at home. It was pretty much like I told my friend that it's really dangerous for me to live here now because not only is there a Books A Million, which I had where I previously lived, but there's also a Barnes & Noble. And I've not been able to shop like physically in a Barnes & Noble in I don't know how long, so I was like, yeah, it's pretty dangerous. But yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to start off with the box lunch haul and then get to the book haul. I don't remember exactly how many books, I think maybe about like 10 or so, but I don't know, we'll get there. So for the first thing in my box lunch haul, it is this adorable t-shirt. Look at this, look at this. It has Zero from Nightmare Before Christmas on it. I really enjoy Nightmare Before Christmas. One second, let me see if I can find it. My purse, because I don't really like duo with purses, I like bags, and so this one's like, oh look, it looks like a backpack. It's my Loungefly, and I've had it for about a year now, and I get still compliments. It's Nightmare Before Christmas, all these cute little characters, Sally, Jack as the Pumpkin King, the clown, and Oogie Boogie. Yeah, so this is basically what I use as a purse every single day, so I really enjoy Nightmare Before Christmas. So yeah, that's my first thing. The second thing that I have is a workout shirt that I got, and it is Avatar: The Last Airbender themed, and it is an earthbender shirt. Now, I personally identify with waterbending more than earthbending, but I'd pretty much classify myself as like waterbender, then earthbender next, then probably, I don't know, I think fire, then air, but they only had the earthbender shirt, and I was like, it's cute, I want it, so I got it. Very cute, little bag, but yeah. The next thing is really fun because it like reminds me of a board game that I play with one of my closest friends, and that is this t-shirt. It's specific to Disney, and it's like pretty much all like the major villains. And the reason why it reminds me of playing with a board game with my friends is the board game Villainous. If you've not played, play it. It's so much fun. We originally started playing with just like the main board game, which are like 6 of the iconic villains. And then we recently bought the extension packs because we love it so much. So much fun. You pretty much like have your own objective, and like other people can't really mess you up unless they fate you. But yeah, so much fun. We've probably spent, I don't know, like in one day, we've probably spent playing like 4 hours, and like, ugh, love it. So yeah, got this shirt, and I think it's so much fun. Now, the last thing that I got, I don't know if like a lot of people would like it, but it's like really sentimental to me because when I was little, my brother, it was like his favorite Disney movie to watch. And like, if you knew my brother, he's not really like as diehard Disney as I am. However, when he was little, He used to call it Boom Baby. Like, he never would call it by its name because he was like so obsessed with it. Like, we would watch it, turn it off, and he'd be like, okay, I want to watch it again. So what it is this really nice sweater, and it's just Emperor's New Groove theme. And so as you can see, it's this cute, like, I don't know, like sea green sweater, and it has Cusco's name on it, llamas, his temple, blah, blah, blah. It's just cute. And so, yeah, it's really sentimental, and it makes me think of my brother when I wear it. And it's sad because I don't really get to see my brother all that much since he lives in North Carolina and I live in Florida. But, yeah, when I wear it, I think of him. So that was the end of my box lunch haul, I guess you would call it. Again, look into it. Super amazing website. And you get like coupons basically any single time that you purchase anything, which is great. And it's like awesome coupons, like 25% off your order, 15% off, like 50 or more, like really fun. So yeah, if you haven't heard about it, check it out. Now, the next half of the video is again going to be the books that I have hauled. So let's get into that. Now, I think I'm gonna do it first off as like a Barnes & Noble, and then we'll get into like the Books A Million haul. But the first book that I'm going to discuss is going to be Practical Magic. So this is an older book, but you've probably seen the movie. And the movie is with Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman. It's about witches. It's like one of the TikTok sounds now that you see a lot of people using, where it's like, keep lavender in your cabinet, throw salt over your left shoulder, blah, blah, blah. One, didn't know it was a book. And two, it's one of my favorite movies. It's like one of those things that you can like watch over and over and over again and not get tired of it. So I wanted to read it. So yeah, when I saw it, I was really excited because again, I didn't know it was a book. The next book that I'm going to discuss is Bruja Born. So there it is. I've read the first book by this author, Zoraida Cordova, and it was, well, maybe not first book by this author, but first book in this series, and it was Labyrinth Lost. Loved it, a little sapphic moment in there. But yeah, so this is the second book. I want to get into it because I did like the first. I liked the ending of the first one more so than the beginning. I felt the beginning dragged on a little, but I am excited to read this because it looks like it shifts from the first sister who like focuses on in Labyrinth Lost and moves to one of the other ones. So yeah, excited. It's got witches and things like that. So I think it'd be a fun read for like October in spooky time. The next book that I bought is Library of the Unwritten. I've seen a lot of people say a lot of good things about this on BookTube and Book Twitter, and it was pretty much just an impulse buy, I guess, because I was like, not really heard anything bad about it. And then when I read the back of it, so it's like, this lady is the head of a librarian of the Unwritten Wing, which is a space in hell, which is specifically for books that have been unfinished. So I was like, that's an interesting topic to write about. So again, heard nothing but good things on BookTube and read a little bit of it out myself, and I was like, I want to buy it. So I did. So the next two books are influenced by a particular booktuber, and that is Olivia Reads a Latte. She said nothing but amazing things about not only this author, but just these books in general. And I think one of them is on her Buddy Reads a Latte or her Patreon Buddy Read. And yeah, the first one I'm going to talk about is My Best Friend's Exorcism. So set in the 80s, I believe, and it's like, I mean, first of all, look how cute this thing is. It's almost like if you like got a VHS tape. And yeah, so really cool. I think it's like, one of the friends, they're like super close. One of them gets lost in the woods and she comes out and she's not herself. So, and then again, title pretty much explains the rest of it. Basically, the other friend has to figure out what's wrong with the first friend, and yeah. And I heard it's like this author has like a really fun way of like writing. So that's the first one, and the author is Grady Hendrix. So look into him. And the other book, which Olivia Reads a Latte really likes, and that is the Southerners Book Club to Slaying Vampires. I think it is a really good read because, as she said, it's a good topic of kind of like what's going on in today's age where, you know, people aren't really, they're choosing to focus on positive rather than negative when it comes to the racial discussion, which, you know, sometimes you really need to look at what's going on negatively, and you can't just like gloss over it. Things need to be discussed, and yeah, I'm really excited to read this book, especially during like September, October, because 1, vampires, and 2, social commentary, and I think that it's really important to read about stuff like this, which is the last book in this haul. And a side note, just like 1, gorgeous, peaches, love it, and then 2, look at that. Look at that. It's so cute. It's lime, like, I don't know, would you call this like key lime green? I would. And it's adorable. And then like it's got a little stamp of like, I'm assuming is for the book because it says like Public Library, South Carolina. So yeah, super stoked about reading this. Thank you, Olivia Reads a Latte. So that was the last book for my Barnes & Noble haul. Now we're going to get into the Books A Million haul. So how many books is that? 5 from Barnes & Noble, and we shall see how much is from Books A Million. The first book I found in the bargain price. So if people are sleeping on Books A Million, y'all need to stop because their bargain books, like this is a hardcover, and I've heard nothing but amazing things about it on Book Twitter, BookTube, everything. And it is Crowns of Feathers. So it's a hardcover, thick book. I don't know how many pages it is. It's by Nikki. Oh, let me get it on there. Nikki Pau Preto. So sorry if I mispronounced that. $6. $6. And honestly, I don't know what kind of damage they would say this book besides this like little black marker. But I mean, honestly, adorable. Oh, this might be something. I don't know. But it looks in great condition and only $6. So, and I think this book came out last year, so excited to read about this. And another book tour that I really know enjoys this is Brittany the Bibliophile. She says nothing about good things, and I know she liked the second one too, so yeah. Excited to read this. The next book is one that I've seen a lot of like cute things, and it's a contemporary, and I was like, you know what, I have a lot of like, I guess like fantasy books that I hauled, and so this kind of like light contemporary feel is Beach Read by Emily Henry. I've seen a lot of booktubers talk about this, and I think what it is, it's like 2 opposing writers kind of have like writer's block, and in order to help each other, they like swap their writing style. So I think one of them is she writes like super fluffy romances, and the other one he like is like I think like a dark fantasy, so he like morbid writing. So they flipped switches because they're both having super writer's block. But yeah, I'm excited to read this. Cute little contemporary, cute little love story. Who doesn't like that? I mean, I know some people don't like that. But I think it'll be nice to read because like I've been in the worst book rut ever, and it started in June, and then basically it's like not stop. Like I said, I was reading The Hunger Games, and I kind of like made it my like workbook. So when it like stalled out at work, I was like, okay, let me read a couple pages before I get like another table. I finished it today, really excited. It's the first book I've probably finished in like 2 months. But yeah, I think like a book like that where it's like light, fluffy, really engaging will be good for this book rut that I'm in. Now, the next book is another bargain book, and it's The Phantom of the Opera. So another like $6 book, really cute. I like the cover. I really enjoy musicals. Like it's kind of funny because it's like my grandmother got me into musicals, but like my love for them like exceeded hers, and so sometimes she's like, Sydney, just stop singing, just stop, please. But yeah, so I bought this because I've never read this, and I think I've watched the Gerard Butler and Patrick Wharton.
Hi, so I was thinking of Patrick Warburton, who is the voice of Kronk, the beloved character, not the correct man I was thinking of.
I don't know, the one, basically he's in every single like horror movie now, like Insidious and Annabelle and all that stuff. I've watched that movie I don't know how many times, probably close up towards like 15 times. So I wanted to read it, so yeah, that's why I bought this. I guess a long explanation for something that a lot of people know about. But yeah, and it looks like the last book that I got, I've not seen or heard anything about on either BookTube, Book Twitter, anywhere. And it's, one, a gorgeous cover. Like, I saw this, immediately pulled it. Like, oh my goodness. So it is Conjure Women by Fia Atakora. I hope I said that right. Stunning, gorgeous. And then when you read about it, here, let me just give you like a full thing. It says, a mother and daughter with a shared talent for healing and conjuring curses are at the heart of this dazzling first novel. So, author's first novel, and then a little bit more into it. It's set in the Civil War, and it talks about three different women spanning different generations, and I think it has to do with, you know, women who are slaves, and then also master's daughter. So I think like the slave's owner daughter, and I think it has to do with like, you know, friendship and just like seeing the differences in how you live versus how your friends live. And yeah, again, it's stunning, like so pretty, so pretty. Yeah, so I've not heard anything about this, and it was published this year. So again, I think with what's going on with today and the social commentary, I would love to just read a book about an author, you know, person of color, her writing, and it's not too bad. I think it's like 500 pages. Oh, not, it's 300, almost 400 pages. So yeah, I think that it is important to highlight people of color's writings, and I think that it's important to keep these stories alive and to not brush over, you know, people's narratives, people's stories, and to just highlight, you know, struggles that individuals have gone through. And yeah, so when I saw this, 1, gorgeous cover, 2, I love the storyline, 3, I want to support people of color's writing, and yeah. So yeah, again, look at this stunning cover, love it, obsessed with it. So, okay. Now, that was the end of my book haul. So in total, I think that's 9 books, 4 articles of clothing, box lunch, love you, obsessed with you. I have a problem, and somebody should take my card away. But that was the end of this haul, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that while it's not, you know, something like super intense and, you know, exciting, I think that it's cool to just be able to support authors. And as of right now, I do not believe that any of the authors that I have purchased have any issues surrounding them. And if there is, please let me know, because I only want to support people that support others. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please give it a like. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye!